for creating this idea, because it's a good one. So, well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here this morning. It's a really horrible day here in Southern Ontario, but hopefully this will brighten up our day a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and hopefully it will work. Can everybody see that? I don't really want to see the whole. How do I do that? That's one thing I didn't.
Go to slideshow. So the top bar, slideshow. Top.
Hang on.
Oh.
Let me try it again. Okay. Oops, that's wrong. Okay, slideshow. I think it's covered up.
All of, go up.
Oh, slideshow. I see.
Yeah, there you go. And
okay,
then from beginning.
Yeah. Excellent. You're so awesome, Claudian. Thank you. Okay, so just to get started, the city of Markham is situated upon traditional territories of the Accinelli peoples and of the Haudenosaunee peoples. These territories are covered by the Upper Canada Treaties. The First Nations community in closest proximity to the city of Markham, where I am, are the Chippewas of Georgina Island. We acknowledge that we walk upon the traditional territories of Indigenous peoples and we recognize their history, spirituality, culture, and stewardship of the land. We're grateful to all Indigenous groups for their commitment to protect the land and its resources, and we are committed to reconciliation, partnership, and enhanced understanding. Okay, so Happy New Year, everybody. I hope everyone's had a great holiday. And I chose this little bunny to wish everyone a Happy New Year. First of all, because I thought it was cute. Let's keep it real here. It's cute. But also because I've been thinking a lot about the past 3 years and how I think a lot of people are still, and myself included, are longing for 2019 and the way things were. And the bunny right now has its white fur and it's, you know, here for winter. But as time goes on, that fur is going to turn back to brown. And it does that because it's adapting to its environment. And I think a lot of people are grieving. They're grieving for 2019 and how we lived our lives. And that's okay. And it's actually good and part of the process. However, along with grieving, I think we also have to get used to how things are going to be and making the best of how it's going to be. So that's why my little bunny is here. So Happy New Year, everyone. Okay, so this is me, and most of you know me, I think, but Andrea Accinelli. I'm a crystal director with Isagenix. I've been working with Isagenix for 9 years, and I've helped over 100 people with their weight loss and their business goals. And it has been a joy every moment of it. It's one of the best things that's ever happened to me. So just to be clear, though, you know, a lot of people say, you know, how do you approach people and you know, do they ever get offended? And it's not really like that at all, because my purpose is not to tell you that you need to make a change. My purpose is to be here to help you when you decide that you are ready to make one. And that's an important distinction. Okay, so my story. I don't have a really good before picture, except for this one right here where I'm in this sort of brownish dress. And then this one in this insane tie-dye thing. I'm just going to give you an abbreviated yet detailed version of my story. So I was an exhausted mother, and anyone who's had children knows that exhaustion. I was drinking copious amounts of sugary drinks, like Red Bull, to stay awake, because don't drink coffee. I was in a jewelry company, which I loved. I loved doing the jewelry parties, but I really, really overdid it when it came to eating and drinking at those parties. And I did a lot of those parties. So I gained weight. And one day I was on the scale and I saw that I was 8 pounds away from my heaviest pregnancy weight. And I didn't necessarily gain, like I wasn't one of those people who gained 75 pounds or anything when I was pregnant, but everybody does gain weight when they're pregnant. So that was a number that I hadn't seen. And so it freaked me out. And I went to my friend down the street who was doing some sort of weight loss thing. And I said, I need help. And because she is a Canada Fitness Pro, she was Miss Manitoba, she was Miss Canada at the Arnold Classic, blah, 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 blah. I knew she knew what she was talking about. So I went on a 30-day cleanse and lost 25 pounds and started running Spartan races. And that picture in the middle is of me finishing my trifecta of the Spartan race at I think 10 p.m. or something. There's a really horrible story behind that photo, but that's another time. So anyway, that was the result of me using Isagenix. I became 25 pounds lighter, but also I had all this energy, and that was actually more important to me than anything, because I became a much better mother, a much better partner, a much better everything. So that's something to keep in mind. It's not just about how you look, it's about how you feel. Okay, so this is the time for the small assignment, and this is why you need a piece of paper and something to write with. So I want you to make 3 columns on this piece of paper, okay? So 3 columns. I couldn't find a black pen, so green will have to do, so 3 columns like that. And then in the first column, you can write all of these words just in a line like this: energy, weight, and so on. Just like that. Sleep. I'm sure you all know where I'm going with this. Skin, brain fog, mental clarity, stress, and wealth. Okay, and remember, it all has to be perfect. So there you go. So that's your first line. So when everybody has done that, the next column is, I want you to rate yourself. Okay, so how's your energy level? Are you feeling tired in the mornings the second you wake up? Are you okay? Are you doing great? So scale of 1 to 10. Maybe you're feeling, tremendously exhausted after the holidays. Some people find January really difficult. They find it depressing, because one of the most depressing things in the world is taking down the Christmas tree. I find it's the worst thing in the world. But that's only one small activity and it's done, and then you have to move on. So in terms of energy, how are you feeling these days? Now your weight is something that everybody has to decide for themselves. It's a relative thing. You could be 200 pounds overweight and be totally happy, and that's okay. And so if you're 200 pounds overweight, then you get a 10, and you're happy. You have to be happy about it. That's the condition. So how are you feeling about your weight? Not what your weight is, how you're feeling about your weight. Okay, and sleep. Sleep is kind of tied to energy, but not completely, because you could get a full night's sleep and still have no energy. So if you're sleeping well and you wake up refreshed and happy, you're getting a 10. If you are tossing and turning and full of anxiety all night, you get a 1. So most people are probably somewhere in between. Okay, so then your skin. So I know that January is also a tough time for skin because it gets very dry. Depending on where you're living, but here everything is very dry in January, and my skin becomes I don't even know. It just becomes very, very dry and very, very itchy and horrible. So rate your skin, and it's not just the skin on your face, skin everywhere, skin. Okay. Okay, so your brain fog and mental clarity. So if you find that you are, I know we're all getting a little bit older here, but if you find that you're constantly walking into a room and not remembering why you're there, that's If that happens once in a while, that's okay. If it happens all the time, it's not so okay. Mental clarity is, I don't know about anybody else, but sometimes I can just be in a total foggy zone, and it's not a good thing. It's hard to get anything done. It's hard to make decisions. It's hard to do anything with any sort of competence. So that's what I mean by mental fog. If you're having trouble, you get a 1. If everything's fantastic and you're getting all your work done and you're happy about it, you get a 10. Okay. I don't even know what I'm doing. And by the way, I'm not going to make anyone share these numbers in case anyone's worried about this. I'll share mine, but you don't have to. Okay. So stress, another thing about Christmas and the holidays. Stress can be way up here because you want everything to be perfect. And sometimes it's not. Sometimes the Christmas tree falls down and all of your mother's ornaments get broken. And sometimes, there's a cat in the Christmas tree. And sometimes, this year, my husband's entire family didn't show up. So they were all sick. Every single one of them was sick. So we had a lot of food and not enough people to eat the food. So there was a lot of days of of leftovers. But that one day it's like, oh no, I can't believe this. Like, I'm sad that there's stress, but what about my dinner? So there's that. But then there's, of course, the January stress of paying the bills for Christmas, which is always fun. I know. And then the everyday stress, children, jobs, doing presentations at 9:30 in the morning, that sort of stress. It can all be adding up, piling up, and making you not feel your best. There we go. Got it out. Okay. Okay. And your wealth, and this is no one's business but yours. So if things are okay, if you've got a great job and you love it and you're getting paid exactly what you want to be paid, fantastic, you get a 10. If you are independently wealthy, you get a 10. If you are struggling, or you have a job that you love, but you think maybe you're not getting paid enough to pay the bills, or if you're just not getting paid what you're worth, if you're feeling resentful because you're not getting paid what you're worth, then you can rate yourself in that category too. It's not just above a number in your bank account. So there's a few things to consider there. Okay. Okay, so that's it. So you can just put that aside for the time being. And if you want to change your numbers as we go along, you can do that too. I will never know. Okay, carry on. Okay, so is anyone feeling the January blues? The holidays are over. I've been through a little bit of this already, but the holidays are over, and some people really love Christmas and the other holidays that take place in December. And then when it's all over, it's kind of, oh, now what? But the winter is cold. I personally love January. I know not everybody does, but I do. But it can get cold and depressing. Like today is it's terrible at it. Give me 10 feet of snow over this. There's no sunlight. Like today, there's no sunlight. Less time outdoors, unless you're a really outdoorsy type who gets into the whole snowshoeing, skiing, skating, curling thing, it's less time outdoors. So then what I was talking about before, worrying about paying for Christmas, this can be a really serious thing for a lot of people because I don't know about anybody else, but it's very tempting to just spend a fortune at Christmas to make everybody happy. It's very tempting. And then worrying about the future, and this isn't necessarily a January thing, this could be an anytime thing. There's a lot of craziness going on, as we all know. I'm not going to get into details or anything, but there's just a lot going on that's not good, and it can be stressful and worrisome. But this is a huge thing, the cost of everything, the inflation that's going on. We're actually pretty lucky here in Canada, but we still have a vast amount of inflation. The cost of food and gas, I mean, the cost of gas is better than it was, say, I don't know, 6 or 9 months ago, but it's still crazy compared to it was to what it was before the pandemic. I mean, I remember paying over $2 for a liter of gas earlier this year. And that's totally insane. And there's not much we can do about it except pay it. So the cost of food, this cartoon has kind of cracked me up. We're thinking of putting a down payment on a cauliflower. There was a time earlier this year where a cauliflower, I think, was about, it's like $7 or $8 for a cauliflower. And it wasn't just that. It's not just the cauliflower. I went into the store the other day and I was looking at chicken, and the chicken cost $19 for two. I mean, they were pretty large, but still 2 chicken breasts. And I thought to myself, I am hyperventilating over the cost of this chicken. I can't believe it. And I didn't buy it because I just couldn't wrap my head around the cost of 2 chicken breasts. And this is another thing that I found that happens all the time. It's not just now. Have you ever had this happen? And everybody who says it hasn't happened is lying. You buy a bunch of vegetables with the best of intentions, and they're all beautiful when you put them in the fridge. And then time goes on, you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to make those tomorrow. I'm going to make those tomorrow. I'm going to do that tomorrow. And then by the time you're cleaning out the fridge a little while later, you come up with this bag of greenish glop that's in your fridge that used to be the vegetables that you bought. And it's a huge waste of money. Even though you had the best of intentions, it's a huge waste. This happens all the time. So here's me having my breakfast. This was me about an hour ago. An Isagenix shake. It's a complete meal and it costs about $4 for a total meal. So not only is it delicious, I know that it's good for me, and it's $4 for me to actually buy all the food that it would take to get the nutrients that are in that shake. Someone did a little experiment about it one time, and I think it was $32 to buy all the food that you'd have to eat, and that was a lot of food. You wouldn't be able to eat it all to get the nutrition that's in the Isagenix shake. And it's always fun having chocolate for breakfast, if you're a chocolate person. Okay, so this is another, you don't have to do this on a piece of paper, but just rate yourself in your mind. Do you ever find yourself just exhausted at the end of the day and you're too tired to cook, and it's really tempting to pick up that, we don't pick up the telephone. Now we go on to an app and skip the dishes. But you're too tired to cook, so skip the dishes just sounds like a really great idea. Or you're too busy. You're just too busy to cook healthy meals. Maybe you have small children, or maybe you have teenage children who are doing things like skating or baseball or whatever, and you are finding yourself either having dinner at 4:30 because you've got to get them to the baseball diamond by 5:30, or you're having dinner at 10 o'clock after the game. Both of those things are terrible. And again, it's very tempting to just have pizza waiting there for you. Unsure of what to cook. Now, this is not my sister who's here today. This is my other sister who will say, oh, I just don't know what to cook. And she's a really good cook, but she never knows what to cook. And, it takes time. And again, it gets easier to pick up the phone. This is a big one. Confused by all the nutrition information out there. So there is a lot. If you try and Google, I don't know, healthy meals, you are going to get a lot of results, and some of them are good, some of them are not so good. But for example, if you Google any nutrient or any one particular food, for example, eggs are really good for you, but they've also got they've got their pros and they've got their cons. So it can be very easy. Oh, well, is an egg actually good for me? Is there too much cholesterol? Should I really be eating eggs every day? That sort of thing can get very confusing, and it's really difficult if you're not a professional nutritionist to know what's actually true and what's kind of not true. Okay, so I want you guys to all think about the year that's coming up. And if you've got anything coming up for you, like a wedding, is anyone getting married that you are going to be at the wedding? Maybe you've got a high school reunion or a college or university reunion. Maybe you've got a milestone birthday. Maybe you're turning 50, 60, whatever. Maybe you're turning 40. A vacation. Now that we're all able to travel a little bit more, maybe you finally booked that vacation that you've been waiting for years to take. Or an anniversary. Maybe you've got a 25th anniversary or a 35th or something like that that you're planning a thing for. So what's coming up for you? And it might be something else. It might be something else that I haven't thought of. Okay, so a 30-day reset. Now, what does that mean? What it means is that I don't know how to get out of. Okay, so Claudine, how do I get out of full screen?
Okay, so where's your video? Is it in YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, so stop the share.
Okay.
So just hit stop share.
So stop the share.
Yep.
Okay, and
now,
then I do it again.
Now you're going to go back to share screen and find
Okay.
a tile that has your video on it. But when you share it, share sound. Click the little button to share the sound.
Okay. Oh, yeah, got it. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay.
And now I can't find it. Okay, let's see here. Whoops. Sorry for the delay, everybody. Okay, hang on.
Go to your browser and click find the video, and then go back.
Yeah,
to
that's
share
what I
screen
can't do.
and
I can't find my browser. I can believe that. Okay, hang on, everybody. We'll get there. Shoot. Ah, here we go. Okay. Did everybody see that?
No, you need to share your screen again. So go back to your share screen, reshare, and reshare it with click the sound button.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe you've seen some before and after images of.
This is what we mean by technical difficulties, right?
Trust me, I've learned the hard way with all of this. Equipped.
Okay, so now I'm learning the hard way.
Oh, good. So go back to your share screen and you'll see the tile for the video. And then you've got to reshare it because you can see it, but we can't. So go back to share screen.
Share sound.
Yeah,
Share.
there you go. There you go. Yeah.
People who have had awesome results using Isagenix. There are a lot of them. Or maybe something really got your attention. Maybe you're seeing yourself in some of these photos, looking to shed a few pounds or make a lifestyle change, and now you want to hear more. Great, that's what I'm here for, the more part. If I was you, I'd be asking all kinds of questions. Like, do Isagenix weight loss systems really work? Which is a great one to start with because the answer is yes, they totally work. Our weight loss systems help burn fat, fight cravings, improve overall nutrition, and sleep. But you don't have to take my word for it. There are tons of clinical studies that prove Isagenix works. In fact, the University of Illinois at Chicago published a study that found that after 8 weeks of following our weight loss program, people lost 56% more weight compared to eating a heart-healthy diet, and 2 times as much visceral fat loss. And if you don't speak medical, that's the fat around your abdomen, which can be the toughest fat to lose. And that's just one study. I could go on and on about studies published by Arizona State, University of Pittsburgh, and Skidmore College about how people lost more body fat, improved cardiovascular health markers. So does this plan work? Yes. But now you're probably asking, how does the system work? Again, another great question. And I'll answer that question by asking this one. We all do different things to feel better, right? Well, we built our weight loss system on these 3 pillars. Our first pillar is our superfood Isagenix shake. These are super nutrient-dense meals that help you feel fuller longer. They're packed with protein from happy grass-fed New Zealand cows, or for our plant-based people, happy fava beans, mung beans, and peas to help you maintain healthy weight and build lean muscle. You will love how they taste if you're one of those people who like super tasty things. Our second pillar is adaptogens. If you ask Mother Nature, hey, got anything to help with stress? She'd pour you a glass of our Ionic Supreme or crack open a bottle of our adaptogen elixir. These help your body adapt to stress. See what we did there? Adaptogens have a ton of hard-to-pronounce good stuff that naturally fights stress. We're talking like ashwagandha, eleuthero root, rhodiola, and more. These may be hard to say for your mouth, but the rest of your body is gonna love them. Finally is our Cleanse for Life detox support. With our weight loss system, you will practice intermittent fasting, which is great for your body. And on these cleanse days, Cleanse for Life gives your body super plant botanicals to, well, cleanse it. This gentle detoxification supports your body in removing toxins with things like aloe vera, peppermint, adaptogens, and berries. Okay, so I answered 2 big questions. Now it's my turn. What are you waiting for? With the Isagenix weight loss systems, you're going to feel better, look better, sleep better, be better. That's a whole lot of better we've crammed into easy-to-follow systems. There. If you still have questions you want answered, we can send you so much more information. All you have to do is ask.
Okay. So I'm going to share the screen again.
Exercise doesn't help.
Oops.
No. The reason exercise doesn't work is because
Professor Tim Spector.
he's an award-winning scientist.
Best-selling author and medical.
So I'm stopping the share first, then sharing. Okay. We'll get there eventually. Okay. Okay, so that gave you a bit of an overview of what the 30-day reset is. So there's a big secret about Isagenix that most people don't know, and I'm gonna tell you guys today, and I don't mind if you repeat it. It's a secret though. People don't know this. Whoops. How do I go back? Oh, my big reveal just got screwed. Previous. Okay, so it's not a weight loss company, guys. It's not. It's not a weight loss company with weight loss products. I'm saying that again. It is a nutrition and a health and wellness company. Weight loss is a wonderful side effect of using this nutrition. So you could use Isagenix even if you're not in a weight loss situation. You may lose a few bits of visceral fat, you may, but you can use it just for plain nutrition. If you are busy and you want a healthy meal and you are, unsure of what to cook, this is something that you might consider. Okay, so on to collagen. So last year the collagen came out and it seemed like everybody had a collagen product all at once. The Isagenix collagen, I have tried it many times. It tastes like Welch's grape juice, and it's becoming a disruptor in the skincare industry. So let's talk about skincare and collagen. And this is a January thing for sure. Some people look a little gray in January, dry and dull winter skin. We should all be so lucky to have annoying lines because it means we've lived a happy life and we've gotten to the age, we've managed to get to the age that we are. But the bags under your eyes like suitcases, that's something that my mother used to say. You got bags under your eyes like suitcases. If you've got that, the elixir, the collagen elixir and the other skincare can help a lot. Okay, so I'm going to do this again. Hopefully it will be a little smoother. We've got a nice collagen video. Now, why can't I do this? There we go. And it's not going to go smoother. There we go.
Look at that little bottle of amazing. Look at that little bottle of amazing. Technically, that's not its name. Its real name is Isagenix Collagen Elixir, and inside that tiny little bottle of amazing is crammed so much goodness. It's hard to know where to start, so we'll start with you, or her, or him, or any of them. Inside each of us is a protein called collagen. Collagen is the most abundant protein our body produces, but as you get older, your body produces less collagen, which contributes to wrinkles and saggy skin. All of us at Isagenix believe you deserve healthy skin. That's why we had to find a better way to give you the collagen your body needs. And in pursuit of this better, we looked at all kinds of collagen. And it turns out marine collagen is a close match to human collagen. So we dove in and got to work. We figured out how to source our marine collagen in an environmentally conscious way. Studies show marine collagen is made up of the same types of collagen found in our skin. So the collagen peptides in our elixir are efficiently absorbed so they work from the inside out. Next, we looked at packaging. And what makes that little bottle even more amazing is it's made of 100% recyclable glass, which is not only better for the environment, but also allows our elixir to be sealed to prevent unwanted oxidation. Now, if you add a premium tiny glass bottle of delicious Isagenix Collagen Elixir to your Isagenix routine, you'd get a boost of 5 grams of marine collagen in every bottle. You'd also get key amino acids to support your body's collagen production, combined with vitamin C, zinc, biotin, and superfruit ingredients like goji, aloe vera, and acerola berry. And imagine unleashing all those essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants to your body every single day, all with no fishy aftertaste. You'd be positively glowing with healthy and nourished skin, real well-being from the inside out. People will ask you, what's your secret? Then you can show them our little bottle of amazing, but please remind them that's not technically its name. Look at that little bottle of amazing. Technically, that's not its name. Its real name is Isagenix Collagen Elixir, and inside that tiny little bottle of amazing is crammed so much goodness. It's hard to know where to start, so we'll start with you.
Okay,
or
hang
her,
on, guys.
Or him, or any of them. Inside each of us is a protein called collagen. Collagen is the most abundant protein our body produces, but as you get older, your body produces less collagen, which contributes to wrinkles and saggy skin. All of us at Isagenix believe you deserve healthy skin. That's why we had to find a better way to give you the collagen your body needs. And in pursuit of this better, we looked at all kinds of collagen. And it turns out marine collagen is a close match to human collagen. So we dove in and got to work. We figured out how to source our marine collagen in an environmentally conscious way. Studies show marine collagen.
Sorry, guys. Okay. So where are we? We are at Celatoire. Okay. Everybody still with me? Am I sharing the screen still? Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay. I actually do want to be sharing the screen, of course. Okay. So we've got your skincare. A must-try skincare regime is Celatoire, and Celatoire is something I bought last year to give myself a little birthday present, and it was. There's no photos because I didn't realize how fast it was going to work. So I thought, oh yeah, I'll just take a before photo at some point, but I didn't, because honestly, it worked within about 2 days. I had lines under my eyes and they were gone and it was crazy, but it happened. So I'm just going to try this one more time and hope it works nicely this time. And there we go. There. Okay, Celatoire. Okay, so if anyone's wondering what décolletage means, it's just a fancy way of rubbing it in. So that is the skincare. And I'm just going to share this again. Okay, so we did that. Okay, so energy and exercise. So I can't have a presentation without Pumpkin making an appearance. So that's my cat Pumpkin. I'm going to just talk about this for a minute because we have a full line of performance products, but most people, especially in our demographic, don't go into Isagenix for the performance products. That's something that happens after you've been on Isagenix for a while, or you are, an elite athlete, or, just someone who wants better results at the gym. So what I'm holding here is a little thing called my beloved e-shot. My beloved e-shot is something I have every morning because I'm not a coffee drinker. So I have the e-shot, and it is a little bottle of joy. It literally makes me feel joy. During the pandemic, of course, the gyms were closed. I was a gym goer almost every day, but then the gyms closed. And so my husband bought me all of this gym equipment for my 50th birthday, which is what Pumpkin is guarding here. And that really helped, because getting proper exercise in addition to using Isagenix is probably, it's a great combination for feeling good. Okay, so this is my other secret weapon. So before I started Isagenix, I was addicted to Red Bull, and it was a true addiction. I was drinking a Red Bull every single morning, and while I was drinking it, I was thinking about my next Red Bull. So now what I'm actually doing exactly this today. I'm having a Bia while I'm talking to you. So a Bia is a much better version of the Red Bull. None of these ingredients that you're seeing are in a Red Bull, but they're all in the Bia. And for someone like me who doesn't always get their vegetables in, it's a great thing, and it works. I will have this, and I will be ready to go for hours and hours. So that's all I'm going to say about energy at the moment, just because it's we're getting on in time here. Okay, so the Isagenix business. This is probably, other than the weight loss and the energy that I gained, this is the best part of Isagenix for me is the business. My friend Carrie brought me into this business, and she's the one who's here with me in the little A guy. She's the one who was the Arnold Classic Miss Canada, blah blah blah. So she brought me in. We've become business partners. And then we've brought a lot of other people along the way. This guy in the middle here, he's lost 70 pounds, and he lives in the Ottawa area. And we all went out to Ottawa to have a party, to meet his friends and get them started with Isagenix. The picture in the corner here is a bunch of ladies, and in this group of women, I think over 400 pounds has been lost, and everybody in that picture is over 40, and there's one that's over 60. Joanne is over 60, but everybody is 40 plus at least. And this is a picture that we just all took for fun together, with a bunch of other photos that are far too scandalous to share here. The picture that I really want to talk about, though, is this one on the left corner. That's me on a Sunday morning in my pajamas working my Isagenix business. And some people might say, oh my God, Sunday morning, I don't want to do that. But Sunday morning is when I felt like doing it in my pajamas. And I'm lying on my couch and I'm working. And that's the best part of this business. This might not be Sunday morning. This could be Tuesday night at midnight. It could be Thursday at 9:30. It could be anytime I feel like it. When things need to get done, they can be done anytime. And I can wear my pajamas. I could be wearing my pajama bottoms right now, and you would never know it. I'm not. I promise I'm not, but I could be. But this business is so much fun. We have done so many things together. We've gone on trips together. We've had parties. We've gone on, events together. We've just had so much fun. It got a little bit crazy during the lockdowns. Obviously, we couldn't do anything and everything switched to online, but we still managed. And even now, there are still people out there who are not comfortable with crowds and so on. So our New Year's kickoff event is this weekend, and it's in Dallas, Texas. I am not going, but I can watch it online on live stream. So it's still available for everyone who wants to participate. So that's kind of cool. And then I'm going to do this one more time and hope that it works better. Where are we here? Here we are. Okay. So then I'm sharing my screen and doing this. Okay, that worked much better. Oh, this is the wrong one. Sorry. It didn't work much better. This one's way too long. Sorry. Okay, I'm not going to do that one because it's going to take too long. So, what that is mainly, can everybody see my screen? No. Okay. Okay, so what excites you about your life right now? Maybe you've got some big plans for 2023. I know I do. I think we want to maybe take a vacation. We are buying a new car. We actually bought an electric car, but we only had to pay a small bit for it last year. We have to pay for the whole thing because it's going to take 9 months to actually get it. So we bought an electric car. Or maybe you want to move or do some renovations in your house. That's something that we're doing. We're not moving. We're doing a huge bunch of renovations, but those are big things. Those are things that can, be overwhelming when you're thinking about money and just the execution of them. Those can be really big things. So maybe smaller things that are not as big, but they're still exciting. Like, it would be really great if you were able to pay bills on time and not have to worry about it. Like, you just pay it. I often think about, at the gas pump again with the gas. I'm worried about people who can't pay the gas bill, like when they're at the pump and they need the gas to get to work. What if they can't afford the gas to put in their car to get to work? Maybe you'd like to go out for dinner regularly. It's always kind of a nice thing to not have to go, not have to cook, every so often. Or it's something like a spa day with either just yourself or with your friends, or with, if you have family members like daughters, cousins, whatever, that you might just want to spend some time with. My family loves to go to the movies. I fall asleep at the movies, so I don't always go, but my family does. But it costs an arm and a leg to go to the movies now. And if you dare to buy snacks at the movies, you're going to be taking out a second mortgage on your house to do this. So it's something that people do though all the time. The theaters are still full. So there's that. Taking yoga classes. Yoga classes are not cheap. Any kind of exercise classes are not cheap. There's a gym here in Markham that I would love to try. It's actually a bar class that I would love to try and take. But it's expensive, so I have to think about that. And then there's always getting your Isagenix stash paid for. And I'm calling it a stash because people will steal your Isagenix. If you end up if you end up getting some Isagenix, people will steal it in your family because A, they want to try it, and B, because it's good. So an Isagenix account, this is something that not everybody knows too. An Isagenix account is a willable asset that can bring you as much income as you like. So if you want it to be a small little thing where you add some people that you care about, you enroll a few people that you care about because you want to do a little weight loss thing with your friends or your family members or whatever. And you can just leave it at that. Or you can build a large income stream with me, which is what I'm doing, or somewhere in between. Most people are in between, and it's totally up to you. If you are at a 60% effort level with Isagenix and you're happy with that, I am not going to try and turn you into a 90%. That's not what's going to happen. I'm going to meet you where you are. Okay, so now it's time for the piece of paper. What I'd like you to do now is pull out your piece of paper and rate yourself on where you would like to be with all of these things. Where would you like to be with your energy? And then your weight, and your sleep, and if you've got the dry, dull skin, and your mental clarity. The mental clarity is so important, because really, if you don't have that, you really don't have a lot of anything. It's hard to get anything done. Your stress, like Isagenix doesn't take the stress away from your life. That would be insane. But it does help your body deal with the stress. You know, you hear of the stereotypical middle-aged executive who's overweight and exhausted, and then they that's because of stress. That's because of stress in their life. That's because their cortisol levels are high. And there was a product in one of those videos called Ionic Supreme, which helps keep your cortisol levels low so that you're not storing fat. And then your wealth. So let's see here. Okay, so this is mine. There's a definite gap there. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. There's a definite gap there. So if you are experiencing a gap in any of those, I can probably help you. And I'm just going to share that screen again. Where are we? We're here. Current slide. Okay, current slide. There we go. So this is how I just like to tell people this story, and this is sort of to wrap it up a little bit. This lady is from the US. Her name was Kenya. Well, it still is Kenya. Her name is Kenya, and this was her at her heaviest. She weighed 500, so almost 600 pounds. She was lying in a hospital bed waiting to die, and that's what she wanted. She wanted to die. And then I don't know how it came about, but one of her friends said, listen, you don't have to die. You can try this. So not only did Kenya try Isagenix, she started exercising from her bed. And how she started exercising was just this. She was just clapping her hands up and down. That's how she started. And because she was so heavy, that actually was an exercise. It was tiring, it was exhausting, and it was difficult. But this is Kenya now, and she weighs about the same as I do now. And this is an incredible story that made it into People magazine. And it just shows you the power of Isagenix and the healing power that it can have. She went from waiting to die to running marathons. Okay, so that's about all I've got at the moment, except special promotion. So until I think this is Sunday, 10% off for qualified new members. And when I say qualified, it just means that you've started with a certain amount of product. And then there's a free gift for qualified new members. I think everybody is Canadian on here. But I can get you the adaptogen elixir for free, a box of that, if you are ready to join before January 8th. So this is how you get in touch with me. If you want to take a picture of that, that would be good, or a screenshot, or whatever you want to do. I'm available most of the time. I do have a little part-time job in town at a ladies' boutique, but it's part-time. It's really part-time, especially in the winter. So I'm available quite a lot. I'd be delighted if you took a look at my YouTube channel and subscribed. That would be really great. And in any case, you know, if you want to book a meeting with me to talk about this, I would be thrilled and delighted. So yeah, I know everything that I've told you is very exciting, but we all need to keep calm. And thank you so much for listening. And I appreciate so much all of you being here this morning. So I guess that's questions. Any questions?
Does anyone have any questions for Andrea? Oh, Patricia.
Oh,
Andrea, can you give
Yes.
us some ideas about, we see your bottles and how long things last typically, like with regular use, what you could expect some of those products to how long they last for a person?
So are you talking about the food products or the skincare products?
More the skincare products.
Okay. Yeah. Of course, everybody has their own, you know, if I take a scoop of the cashmere cream, my scoop of cashmere cream might be slightly different from yours, but I will tell you that I bought that whole package of Salatois last year for my birthday. My birthday's next week. And I still have some of the cashmere cream now. And I do use it regularly. I don't use that much. You don't really need that much. Now, some of the other products have run out, but they did last as a whole a good 9 months. So it was actually a very good price for what I'm getting out of it. I still have some of the under eye cream as well, the thing that takes the bags away from your, and I keep it in the fridge, of course. I mean, it's going to vary for everybody just because some people are a little more heavy-handed with their use, but my whole package lasted till August. And now you can also buy it a la carte, so you don't have to buy the whole package at any time. You can buy products as they, and the same thing with any of the Isagenix products. They do come in packs, but they also come a la carte. So you can buy them as you require. Does that help?
Helps a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anyone else?
There were a couple of comments in the chat about the various shakes as well. Positive comments that Sandra loves the birthday cake one, and
Oh, yeah.
Claudine has a favorite, the Isopro, and I love the one that I use, which is Isoline shake, I think it's called, right?
Yeah,
Andrea,
you use the
is that-
Isoline, and I think are you using chocolate, vanilla? I
No.
can't remember.
No, mine's vanilla, and then I add all kinds of things to it.
Oh, okay. So what do you add to it?
Well, spinach.
Okay, good.
I add almond butter, spinach, and banana usually. That's my
Okay,
favorite.
those are good ideas, because sometimes, you know, of course, if Marlene is not in a weight loss situation ever. So it's fine to add things to the shakes. If you are in a weight loss situation, you still can add things to the shakes. You just have to watch the amounts. But sometimes, you know, the vanilla shake, as delicious as it is, you can get bored of it. And if you want to add a little bit of anything to it, you can. I've heard of people adding banana to it a lot. Also, you know, if you add just a teeny bit of peanut butter, it can be really good. And that's the same thing with the chocolate shake too. I mean, everybody's into this chocolate peanut butter thing too. So you can do that without compromising the results that you're going to get. So that's actually a really good point. And I've actually told people who are in a weight loss situation, if you want to add extracts to the shakes, like if you want, for example, like the vanilla shake, a few drops of maple extract can be really good, or almond extract can be quite good. We do have a chocolate mint shake, but before that, I would tell people to add mint extract to the chocolate shake, and that, you know, put them over the moon. So there's a lot of things that can be done. We actually have a whole website of recipes with the shakes that, you know, you can turn it into, you know, a blueberry cobbler shake if you want to. And the other thing about the shakes is that from time to time, there is something called the limited edition shake. And this is always very exciting. And some of these flavors that have become permanent started out as limited edition, such as the birthday cake, that was limited edition. And then everybody loved it, so they made it permanent. You know, there's been pina colada shakes, there's been peach mango, there's been pumpkin spice, there's been salted caramel, you know, on and on and on and on. And just in case, this is one thing, and then we'll wrap this up. The plant-based shakes, they are a complete protein. It's not just for some people who are vegan, they sometimes have trouble getting complete proteins. This is a complete protein done for you. So that's it. That's all I've got.
Great, thank you. Well, I have to say, Andrea, that's the most comprehensive overview that I mean, I've known about Isagenix for a long time, and I appreciate you taking the time to really explain it, and the different steps and the different products that you have available, because the skincare I was not aware of.
Oh,
so thank you for that. Thank you to everyone who is here today. You know that we have a full month with Heart of Networking. Next week we have our Next Level workshop on location at the beautiful Rising Spirit Bed and Breakfast. We have the VIP exclusive at lunchtime on Friday the 13th. And and then, of course, our regular Heart of Networking event on the third Tuesday, which is the 17th of January. So thank you. If you're not already registered for those or don't know about what the schedule is, heartofnetworkingevents.com. And thank you, Andrea. Much appreciated. And you all have Andrea's follow-up information and mine as well. So if you want to know more about Isagenix and or Heart of Networking, just reach out, please. Thanks so much, ladies.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.